That would be a great, like, kind of a murder mystery kind of evening where there was no. You're just like, one person has to be the pianist, but. I don't know. I guess it just stops there. There's like someone's just at the piano.
Did it start?
I was just imagining. I mean, I just get to that point in the show where I'm so drunk. It's not. It's only the first 40 minutes of the show is usable. But like just like a role playing event where you show up and you get a card, but it says like, oh, I'm the piano player, but like you just so the
Dan, keep going. We're going to support you all the way through this. I
don't know what my point is.
No.
I always want. Erin, my ex-wife, we used to have like she would have like these theme birthday parties, like or parties like we would like, try to get everybody together and try to like create our own things like that. Or she actually ordered some online and stuff. Like I would get really into those things.
There was one she did that was so complicated. I still don't know what was happening. You had to break up into groups, do a painting. Remember that one where there was all sorts
Wasn't there a jail in that one? You get sent to jail?
There was Dan and Aaron shot a video intro. I'm telling you, this is not me talking trash. I was paying attention. I don't know what was going on at all, and we were looking around like did anybody catch that? Like we were freaking out. And
like you because you didn't catch what the rules were, or what the
gameplay was complicated. I really, as my recollection, there was a lot happening. There was arts and crafts, and there was I think a murder, and then some people will go to Guantanamo Bay for a while. Like it was a
space station. The party was a space station, and you were notified a couple weeks in advance, like what species of alien you represented. So they were like, that was the cool part. It was like
I like that.
Because there were people that were like, oh, we're the garbage people, and so they were like. Like people made clothes out of garbage and blah blah blah. You know, you were one of several different species and all that stuff. And but then, there were extra rules and stuff and whatever. We have our own problems. So let's not. What's the best case scenario of proving that Aaron McGathy's birthday party was shitty?
Are you asking me?
No, I know. Okay.
Well, I'm not prepared to answer that.
There were too many rules, too many power crystals and things.
Oh yeah, there was marbles and crystals you had to find.
People were drunk, and so they were just like, "What's going on? I don't know."
Yeah.
And then they just wandered. I hid in the basement. That was the prison.
Yeah. You hid?
Well, yeah. I mean, I wasn't hiding because if you did something wrong, you had to go to the prison anyway. So I just stayed in the prison.
Yeah. On the earlier, I think the year before that, there was the murder mystery, the 20s gangster thing, and I got killed like right off the bat, and so I died upstairs in a room that nobody came in for like an hour and a half. So I'm like, I'm going to lay face down for as long as it takes. And I was underneath the coffee table in a way that there was no way you could possibly land in there. Like I'm like, well, like you couldn't have landed like that.
Was that just to make a better picture?
Yeah, just to make it like people go, Jesus, that guy died and it was complicated. We don't know what happened. But then I'm like, okay, now I'm face down and I'm in a pile of dog hair forever for the rest of my life. And then it became like a challenge. Like I'm gonna stay here forever.
How long was it before people discovered you?
Maybe 40 minutes.
Oh, God. That's too long.
It felt like an hour and a half.
So it's a murder mystery where they don't discover the murder.
Well, people kept dying all over the place. Like, I wasn't the only... I think I was one of the people that died, but I died right off the bat. Somebody came up and handed me a card, you're dead, and you're not allowed to say anything. You're just supposed to be dead on the spot.
Right.
So I was like, okay, so I laid on the ground. Then I realized nobody was looking for me because I was up... I was in the attic.
What were you doing up there?
I was supposed to go up there for some reason. I was on a mission to go talk to somebody or do a thing, and it turns out I was on a mission for murder.
Right.
But I want to do a good one of the like that would be fun, like doing like like getting into it.
I'd love it.
I wanted to. I was like walking around. I was like, "You need to get off my beeswax, Mister." Like I was like, I wanted to be a 20s guy. All right, let's break. Guys, right now I am probably a quintillionaire on my
on your lemonade stand,
my iPad. so I don't care.
You want to try a little murder mystery? Can we do one here? Or does that take too much planning?
How much planning could
All
it
right,
take?
let's bring out Demorge Brown and all right. What's that? Yeah, you stay there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right. What's the quick way to do this? Okay.
I think this is more Spencer's bailiwick than anybody's. Like he's the.
Oh, Spencer's just gonna reject the whole thing.
Oh yeah, big time.
It was gonna. That was gonna go one of two ways. Already done.
All right. I'll tell. I'm just gonna try. I'm gonna improvise like the information you'd get on like a murder mystery night card. Okay.
Demorge, how have you been?
I've been quite fine. Thank you. Last time I saw you was on Dead Authors.
I think so. Although I saw you in Bajillion Dollar Properties.
Oh, that's great.
That was a delight to
Bajillion
see
Dollar
you.
Properties. That's great.
How are you?
It's on CISO. Paul F. Tompkins plays the patriarch of a realty company.
Oh, Demorge, you did one, right? Or one or more?
Yeah, I'm the.
He's in the first one.
Yeah, when they go to Adam Scott's house, I'm the.
I did
poor guy who's trying to buy
a
house.
bit on one too. I'm sad I didn't get to do it with either of you two. Jerry Minor was on one.
All right, let me tell Demorge's character.
All right.
You talk to Spencer for a second.
Spencer!
How's it going? Thanks for doing Harmon Quest.
What is it? Absolutely. It's my pleasure. I had a great time.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the finished product. When do they start rolling those out?
Oh, you know. We had an air date, and then they pushed it, and so now I felt, and then we didn't say that air date, so now I feel even more loath to say the air date, but it should be June something.
Of this year.
Of this year, unless it gets pushed again, yeah. It was going to come out earlier, but then they rolled it out. They were like, it's going to be the binge model.
I can't talk to you anymore.
It's fine.
So
Demorge, you talk to Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Demorge, Arsenal, what, about 10 points back right now in the British Premier League?
Yeah. The big story that everybody's talking about, except you guys, are that first place in England right now, the Leicester Foxes.
Yeah.
Which is like the Bad News Bears winning the World Series.
They were the worst team last year.
And every week people have said, one day these guys are going to lose and it'll be an admirable cause. And
But they look like a well-oiled machine.
They just keep going.
All right, that's enough soccer.
Yeah.
Paul, you and Demorge, why don't you guys catch up?
We started to, and then we were
really
interrupted.
by the host of the show.
Demorge, these elbow. I want to talk about your elbow patches on the sweater. What material are these elbow patches? Because from here they look like carbon fiber.
Are
Precisely
they
the
carbon
point.
fiber?
They are. They act as brake pads. A lot of times I have to slide head first into situations and fix shit. And the only way to stop is
These
to go,
aren't elbow pads. They're brake pads for a sex machine.
Good shout out to the people. I got to thank the people from Bendix for these. Bendix.
That's good.
And they are loaded with asbestos, so you're all going to get
You look like the guy that I would hire if I needed to have somebody assassinated aboard an old whaling vessel.
We're the perfect disguise,
There's
man.
just enough people where you wouldn't get to know everyone. So, there would be some strangers
maybe-
on the whaling.
We have to leave shadows,
You just blend in.
You know, it's a big whaling vessels. There was maybe 200, 300 people aboard those larger ships. Yeah, I read Moby Dick. Did you ever read Moby Dick, Paul? Yeah.
I've not read Moby Dick, but I read In the Heart of the Sea, the book that was about the trip that inspired Moby Dick.
Right, yeah.
Much better book than a movie.
Yeah.
If you saw that.
I
movie.
heard. Oh shit!
Oh my word! It's this storm is giving me such a fright.
I say the weather is a bit dreeked right now, isn't it?
Well, why not?
A bit what? Sir?
Dreeked. It's Scottish, you know. I'm not Scottish. I'm English. But I've been all over the United Kingdom.
Well, hey, come on, you guys.
This weather's a bit rough.
Is it?
I'm sorry. Was I going on?
Well, isn't that your way? To sneak into a room and take anything you want.
Oh, no. Well, fucker. You. Ooh. I haven't had the pleasure of your acquaintance, sir. It seems a bit warm language for a new acquaintance.
That's fine.
Excuse me. Sorry, I didn't expect things.
Oh, I didn't see you standing.
Now, who is this gentleman?
I am the butler, Mr. Hosterson.
Mr. Hosterson, I object to the language I was being treated with by this gentleman over here.
Now, you all have complicated backstories that overlap with each other in intricate ways.
Yes, for instance, I'm an explorer. You can see how that weaves into your complex stories.
Ah, an explorer, then we should have a lot to talk about.
I should say.
You should all you be thanked for coming here through such terrible weather. This being the front room of the antechamber. There are 6 antechambers, each with a front room. But let's skip all that. And please come into the drawing room.
Oh, what a lovely drawing room.
I'll take your coats, starting with you, sir.
Not starting with a lady, the very idea.
Mr. Hosterson, start with a lady.
I'm
Be
quite
very glad that there's a man between you and that animal, rascal, bastard bitch.
All of this masculine energy is just giving me the vapors.
I am quite sorry, madam. I'll take your coat. I don't believe we've been introduced.
My name is Madame Beauregard. I am a lady of the South.
Well, that's a very well-developed character.
Thank you. Thank you. You know my gender and a region I come from.
But done on the fly. I mean, that's. Oh, wait, I'm British.
Are you?
And your coat, sir?
Yes, be very careful with this. It's green felt.
Oh, why is that?
Well, they give you one when you reach a certain level at the academic institution that I come from. They give you one to put you get into the faculty room and get the mustard sandwiches all by yourself with crust. They cut the crust off the sandwich.
I say,
What is all this rigmarole? What is this character even?
you sound to be a man of academia.
I am. I focus on economics and Schumpeter specifically until I became a single man, and then I focused on specifically the economics of the Bachelor.
I think that's the plot of Community.
I should say
What's your name?
Buttmunch. Professor Buttmunch.
If I may, Professor, what are the economics of The Bachelor? Is it things like eating the peanut butter directly out of the jar so as to save money on washing dishes?
It goes further than that. You have to understand, if the peanut butter is crunchy, directly out of the jar simply will not do.
Oh, I forgot. I should get the door. Marissa, I forgot there should be a murder victim. Marissa, come in here. Sit in the chair there.
Mind you,
This is Lady Florentine of the Florentines. If you want to say anything, you'll get killed in a minute.
Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
And your coat, sir. Thank you.
I think I'm Colonel Assmaster.
These names are very, very imaginative for someone coming up with them right on the fly like this.
Very colorful, I will agree.
And you, sir?
The name is Spoonerson.
Sounds like someone got tired of making up names as they went from one side of the stage to the other. Got so caught up making up the name that they just threw in your occupation at the end, which was...
Explorer.
Right. Oh, God, the lights went out. Turn out the lights.
Why it's so dark? Why is this happening?
Oh, the lights have.
I am a fear for my very safety.
The lights
This is highly
The lights are still on. The lights are still on. I can see everything that's happening.
Oh,
You can't turn them.
it was the
Really?
power of suggestion.
It's that hard?
happened in your
I mean, he said it so formally.
Okay. Now you just. You don't
Most
have
of the
to.
lights have gone out.
I can still kind of see everything.
Do something
I can still.
comfortable.
The lights are gradually going out. I am growing ever more terrified.
Everybody just close your eyes. Everyone close your eyes.
Oh! Except for that one camera phone, the lights have gone out.
I can tell you as a bachelor, sometimes your lights go out when you least expect it. You thought you paid the bill and you skipped the month.
More of these bachelor
Clump, 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 clump. Lights! I found the circuit breaker. I found it.
What?
There's been a murder.
What? I think I know who did it. A horse riding a motorcycle.
Hold on 1 second. There was a chainsaw in there too, so they may well have been in a car.
Oh, it's a chainsaw. I do apologize. I am unaccustomed to such machines.
You know, in my travels,
The body seems to have horse prints and gunshot and chainsaw marks all over her. I say, what a dreadful thing.
Of course, the constabulary is held up by the storm, so we'll have to stay here until they show up.
How did that horse get away in that motorcycle if the storm is so bad?
Well, I would hazard a guess that it was a Lipizzaner stallion, among the smartest next to the Arabians. Not only can they hold a man, but they can ride a chainsaw.
Very sensible.
Why would this storm be holding up the police? Are they in squad cars made of sugar, sir?
Oh, ma'am, I would suggest you take a look at a movie called The Shining.
Well, one thing's for certain. The murderer is in this very room.
Oh, there's such good news. Scotland Yard is here. Detective Steve Levy.
How did he get into the storm?
He was here already, patrolling the barn.
What?
Detective Steve Levy.
Oh. Inspector.
Oh, yeah.
Detective, I can tell by your stance and posture you are a lonely man.
God damn.
It's all in the degrees.
Pretty good.
Inspector, I beg of you to solve this murder quickly. This puts me in mind of when my own dear husband was murdered.
You say that you already have a murdered spouse? Well, that casts the light of suspicion on you right away.
One murdered spouse does not a murderess make, sir. What is this, the staircase? My husband was murdered by an owl.
Under what circumstances?
He was at the top of the stairs arguing with an owl. Things got heated.
Well, this is an active.
That sounds like a real who done it.
Hey.
Thank you.
This is an active crime scene. I think everyone should clear out. We'll put around the yellow police tape, draw the outline of the body.
My goodness.
We'll bring in the crew, clean up.
We're dealing with dignified company here.
So do you need us to leave the room while you do all this?
Well, maybe you should stay and help me?
Now this seems highly irregular. That the suspects in the murder investigation have to do the busy work of sealing the crime scene. It seems counter to your purposes, if you don't mind my saying so. I am just a woman from the South.
Well, one thing is for certain, sir. If it would be all right with the constabulary, I believe the deceased corpse should be removed from the antechamber into the... Oh, I wasn't saying that you had to sit down.
For a moment there, I saw that's all seemed like it.
Marissa, you can... Okay. Marissa as the corpse, everybody. It will take two people who will split off into a different scene to move her body into the ice box.
Well, this is a grisly affair.
Well, seeing as how I'm a soldier and been accustomed to being around bloody scenes before, I'll lend a hand, I suppose.
Do we have another volunteer?
Are we all British now?
Entirely
Of course I'm
possible that
British,
I
I'm a
might be
bit-
willing to volunteer to assist this rascallion. What say you? Shall we?
I don't see any reason for you to have such anger towards me, sir.
Well,
but the deed must be done, so let's do it together.
let's take it.
Heave ho, lend a hand, clap to that slab line, and hoist away on the mizzen mast.
Should we check with the police if
Yes,
this
this is
okay?
highly suspicious.
Well, is it?
This is a crime scene.
Well, wasn't it you that just said it?
We need to investigate.
Well, Mr. Hostesson
There's an economist.
very wisely said we should put the body into the icebox.
I mean, that's suspicious.
This is a very...
Yes, Mr. Hostesson, why should we move the body away from the crime scene?
And why the icebox? I mean, you done this
And
before?
whose house is this?
And why are we all here, for pity's sake? That was never really made clear in the invitation. Why these 4 different people were asked to your home?
We just received
like
a
the cube.
mysterious invitation.
That is correct.
Come to this mansion. You won't regret it.
Well, it won't satisfy you further to know that I received a similar invitation which simply added, "Be the butler."
Sir, do you mean to say you are not a proper butler?
Oh, my word! I take much umbrage at your tongue wagging.
I do
I'll
apologize.
forgive you as you are a colonist, but I am from 3 generations
Yes.
of manservant.
But someplace else.
Sergeant Levy, if I may pull you aside for a moment. Sergeant Levy.
Yes.
If I may pull you aside for a moment. It seems to me that the main suspect here must be the host of this party that's never shown himself. Invited to a strange room, with strangers, a murder. Who is this host that sent out these invitations? I think he is your suspect.
Yeah, well... you're accusatory. I don't know anything about anyone here. I just arrived. There's a body.
If I may,
This is insane.
if I may,
You're all a bunch of characters.
you seem to be a terrible
Well-developed
policeman.
characters, I would say. Sorry.
Very well developed.
So,
Maybe you heard my husband got murdered some time ago.
By an owl, she says. An owl, indeed.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. My wife disappeared in much the same manner as a death by the hands of a man. A man took her away with wily wiles. He left a scent in my house that could only be described as cologne. I know it because I wear it as such to try to procure another lady.
Are you accusing me of something? If you have an accusation to make, so I suggest you make
I've never smelled that scent before. Until tonight.
What a...
From that side.
Yes, it's true. I did run away with her wife, but I was not responsible for her disappearance. She left, and I was as much shocked as anybody.
She hates horses.
Well, I suppose... Not having done any of these, that it's time to pick who's the killer?
You know, no. Mr. Hostesson, if I may.
Is this one of these situations where...
Mr. Hostesson, if I may. There's someone who's been conspicuously silent during all this.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
The strange
I agree.
explorer fellow.
This explorer. Now, sir, first of all, I will forgive you not removing your pith helmet in the presence of a lady. But why are you so strangely silent, sir? There has been a murder.
Because there's 2 things I know. One thing is that I'm an explorer. And 2 things are that ass master embezzled butt munch at some point. It's a plot point. And that might be relevant to this whole scenario we found ourselves in, because otherwise, why would I know that?
My goodness! What a cat's cradle of well-crafted character! It's as if some master storyteller, off the top of his head, wove a spider's web of delight.
Indeed. Let me ask a question of these two gentlemen. Did you know the deceased lady?
Mrs. Florentine, of course we all knew Mrs. Florentine. She was the biggest, the biggest socialite in Essex Gardens.
Yes. She was the lady of the Florentine Gardens.
No, not the same Lady Florentine.
The Lady Florentine.
Oh, my word, I had no idea I was in the presence of a celebrity.
You pretend to not know who Lady Florentine is.
Well,
Perhaps it's Southern modesty.
I found a trapdoor.
my word.
Let's all go down. My goodness, the murder weapon this must be. It's covered in blood and horsehair.
It's a standard issue horse knife.
Very wide handle to attach to a horseshoe.
But only one person can lift this much weight. Well,
Hosterton of the family Hoster, son of Host, gilded craftsman in the art of hospitality. Is it not true that you are a domestic Sherpa and that you must be skilled in the carrying of all things domestic and otherwise in a household should something happen, either economic problems?
And isn't it also true that you would be the only one in this house that has access to the horse stables?
well, you are true after a fashion, my friends. However,
He's peeling his own face off.
Shit.
This is disgusting.
what you don't know is I have a horrible skin disease. And keep peeling layers of my face off.
Are you the actual master of this home? Are you the owner?
No, I'm just horribly deformed.
Put it back on.
That doesn't mean you can't lift the weapon.
I can't put it back on. That's so offensive.
Just peeling his own skin off like that scene from Poltergeist.
Well, what would you have me do? Live in
Not
pain?
do that. Don't do it. It's unpleasant, sir. Unpleasant.
I would expect nothing less of all of you.
What? Another face peel off?
Ricardo Montalban.
That's right. It's my house, and I invited all of you here because, well, each of you should know why. One way or another, you've all done something wrong to me, I think. Colonel Assmaster,
Yes.
You've done a lot of wrong things to a lot of people.
did you not once tell me that you would rather see me dead? This is falling apart.
Oh, just now?
Yes. Yes, after a few glasses of port wine, I did say as much because you and Lady Florentine have been cheating around behind my back. It's quite well known that I had been dating Lady Florentine behind my wife's back for many, many months.
I found another trapdoor. But only I'm going down it.
Yeah, look at him go.
Okay. He's clearly the murderer, right? This guy
I
is.
think he is.
Not necessarily. Secret tunnels, miles of them. Must be some kind of destination.
Well, gentlemen, I feel like we've learned a valuable lesson here tonight.
Some bachelors eat peanut butter straight out of the can. Others build tunnels and riddles.
Nobody chased me.
I mean, it seemed like someone's obvious job to chase you, but I don't want to point any fingers.
Everyone, look!
What?
Sergeant Levy's been killed.
Oh, that's why.
While that distraction was happening, Sergeant Levy's laying dead on the floor with a letter opener stabbed in the back of his face.
I wonder.
Killed in the back of his face.
There's no light down here. I can't. I ran for miles and I can't. I guess I could go back the other way, but I've turned around so many times I can't tell which way I'm going now. I'll walk this way for 20 seconds, and if I don't encounter anything, I'll put a mark in the floor, like a divot that I can feel.
Did you hear
5
those
years
murmurs?
later.
Happy birthday to you, Will. Professor, I can't believe it's our 5th year here in this mansion.
Still, look, the murders have gone unsolved. I think we know who did them. I mean, it seems like it's an open and shut case. I mean, my family must be worried about me at this point.
In a way, though, Colonel, I feel as if we've become our own little family in this mansion.
Say hi to my wife if you happen to leave.
Snap.
That sounded like a burn, but I'm not sure who got burned. Say hi to my wife if you happen to leave. Oh, yeah, that's what my mom said.
I will? Okay, yeah, sure thing.
I can hear seagulls. I'm going to make my way towards the sound. Hopefully, this will be my last diary entry. Hopefully, because I've published these tomes.
Here you go.
A rocky shore. Has it been so long since I've seen the light? This elaborate labyrinth of caverns and passages must have gone all the way under the natural limestone of Murder Island. But why terminate here? Why put a door at the sheer cliff? The sound mocks me. I did a bad job hosting that murder mystery. The jagged rocks invite me to my recompense. It's what I deserve.
Out in the distance, you see a sailboat, and it's Colonel Nastmaster, and he's aboard his own vessel, and he's waving him. Goodbye, everybody! 5 years, had a good time.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Remember us.
I'm going back to old Blighty. Hoist the mainsail and the stunsails, and fiddlebeak to bowsprit.
I think I've come to terms with the loss of my wife now. So many years to meditate on it.
I feel much the same, Professor. I feel as if I'm finally ready to move on.
As the boat turns and heaves towards the wind, you see the stern of the boat come into view, and it says HMS. I did it.
So Assmaster was the murderer. As for my death, none will question its cause. Its murderer was lack of preparation. Camera pans up, and you see seagulls fly into the sky. Did I turn into one of them? Or was it just a ratings board thing? We don't know. I thought that was a really good murder mystery night. You guys did a pretty good job.
I think that was a solid effort.
Now imagine what we could do with a couple hours of preparation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I think definitely someone should transcribe that. And I think with a few tweaks, we got a pretty good script.
I knew that you're supposed to tell some people that there's something about someone else, but I think I didn't realize it's supposed to all lead back to.
You just told me your name is Colonel Assmaster, and you did it. That's all I got.
And then I said, you're Professor Butt Munch, and he stole your wife. And then I said, you're a Southern Belle.
And my husband was murdered.
Right.
Separate thing.
And then I said, you're the butler.
No, wait. Your name is Spoonerman. 5 minutes later, Spoonerman.
And then I said,
You're the butler. No, wait. You're the explorer.
Right. Because I realized I should be the butler.
And then you walked over there.
That thing would have been a mess without a host.
Yeah.
And then Levy, I didn't tell anything.
You gave what? You gave me the most complicated of all of those.
Well, I told you after a while. I said, yeah, you were dating Beauregard, and that you guys wanted to.
Yeah, and you weren't even in on it. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Not at all.
And not only that, the plot thickens. We're trying to rob the house.
Oh yeah. I should have told you.
Should have told him.
I should have told you that.
That was a real dead end for me.
It wasn't the perfect crime.
All right. Well, but
No, but like you say, that was just you freestyling, man. That was the equivalent of your freestyle raps.
Yeah.
That was like